Hey guys, this is William here. In today's video, we're going to be going over SEO checklist I have for you guys. I'm going to be showing you an SEO checklist that I have for you. If you're new to this channel, my name is William. I have 20 years of SEO experience. We go over everything from how to get clients, how to do local SEO, even working with business owners and showing them how to avoid scams by a lot of these guys out here trying to take your hard-earned money. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit subscribe below and turn on that bell notification. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
And here we go.
I received and asked, if you will, by this potential client to do an audit for them. So that's what we're going to go ahead and start on, and I'm just going to go over this and show you everything. Inside the description below, you will see the tools that I'm using here. SEO Meta and One Click is one of my favorite.
I love that stuff, you know.
So a couple of things you got going on here. Things I like, things I don't like, I go over it all. And I will be sending you this audit over once we're done.
I like this job.
So logo, I really don't like this because it's hitting, if you will, your header right here. It's like it's squished in there. And I know the reason why they're probably trying to do it is for this fact right here. If you were just to put this text on top of this yellow, it's going to be barely legible. Let's go ahead and look at a couple of other things here. Is this click to call? Yes, it is click to call. That's great. Okay, so click to call, meaning if I was to click it, it automatically pops up. So that's good.
Sweet.
You have your services siloed. Let's take a look at this. Okay, let's look at your URL structure. Great. You are located in Lexington Junk Removal Service, and then you once again put Lexington here. I necessarily don't do this when you already have Lexington inside the domain name. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's something I don't necessarily do per se. Alright, but that is a good thing that you actually put it in your URL structure. A lot of people don't even have it in their URL structure. I love EDM still, EDM being exact domain name match. But you are having your, if you will, electronic recycling Lexington. So you're following a good structure. Let's go back to the home page. So junk removal and dumpster rentals in Lexington, Kentucky. Perfect. You have your H1 set as your primary keyword. Let's make sure that is an H1. You do have one slight problem here, right? You've noticed right off the bat that we got two H1s, which is not a good thing. Okay, and if we look at your headers, we can see exactly which one are H1s. You actually have in here, for some reason, two of the same H1s. We only want one H1. There's no reason for two of them. Very likely you're going to have it here and here. All right, so let's go ahead and look through all of this real quick. As far as content, you have internal linking, so that's good. You have a good, decent amount of content on here. One thing I would want to see is, for instance, your H2s, which should be these right here, they should all be hyperlinked to their appropriate pages. I do understand that your buttons, if you will, where it says view service, are hyperlinked. But that is not the keyword you're trying to rank for. You're not trying to rank for view service. We're trying to rank for appliance removal, commercial junk removal. So these should all be should be hyperlinked over to the service pages, okay?
Show your
Let's go down here. Even your content and everything, your layout's great. I really do like it. Let's see real quick. So a couple of things. So down here at the very bottom, and I'll look at this and see if it is the case. So yeah, you have your map embedded down here, but I don't see any of your Google reviews embedded anywhere on the home page. And I didn't see the map unless I went way down to the bottom to get it. It's not something I necessarily am going to do. Okay, it's just not something that I normally do. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just not something I do. Let's look at this things real quick. Anything else that pops up? Dumpster rental. I actually have helped a couple of people out in Texas and Dallas get ranked for dumpster rentals. So it is a niche we've done. Now let's go back to home real quick, and I'm gonna look for Lexington just to see how many times you use it. Good, that's a decent amount, so that's perfect. Now the other thing I would want to do is set up location pages, which I don't see you having here at all. Location page essentially shows all your services, and then also talks about the location, the city, and the areas, the neighborhoods, things to do, places to go, nearby streets, driving directions, a map, everything. So that helps create relevance and helps expand, if you will, your proximity in the area. Okay, so let's look at a couple of more things, and then we're going to go over to the technical. Okay, if I use all of this meta in one click, besides the headers, which we've already looked at, your images, you have 26 images, none of them have an alt text. And alt text is what does Google see when they look at an image. If I was to open up this image, or if you will, look at this image, right, what is Google going to see?
I don't know.
All right, open image in new tab. You know, you have named it, it's commercial junk, which is cool. That part's cool, but your alt text, whenever I go to inspect it, is not showing up with the correct. It's just saying, for instance, there is no alt data. So you want to get that fixed. That's one other thing that you need to get fixed. Okay, then as far as your links, you have 61 and 19 of them don't have a title, i.e. what are you calling? Inside your social, I'm only seeing, if you will, Twitter and Facebook. And I'm pretty sure you probably have more than that, and you're going to need more than that. Now let's look at your page speed performance. Your page speed performance being, for example, how fast is your site? What is the core vitals? Not GT metrics, but what is the actual core vitals according to Google? And if I know that, then I know, okay, is it going to pass Google standards? As long as it passes Google standards, this will also help your ranking. Some will say this is just simply a, if you will, search result filter. Filter meaning if you're not ranking that well, or if your website's not as fast as it should be, then you will be filtered and you won't rank as high as you should, which we want it to rank higher. So your website speed is not that great, and we need to get this into the green, okay? This is on mobile. On desktop, it's not that bad, but we can still improve it. We can improve it by fixing your JavaScript, etc., and CSS, and minifying certain things. Now let's go over to your technical SEO audit. On your technical SEO audit, if you will, you only have two main errors that we need to fix, generally related to broken links, and you have 14 warnings and 206 info issues. We need to get these things taken care of. So you got 6 broken links, okay, and you have 102 empty alt text.
You had plans, and look where that got you.
That would take me about a day, if you will, to fix it. It's nothing major whatsoever, okay, but it still needs to be fixed, that being said. Okay, let me pull up this real quick and I'll show you this, and I'm going to be sending these reports right over to you. But if you're wondering, okay, hey Bill, I now want to start SEO, where can we start? So if you go over to my website and go over to SEO Services, or even scroll down here, based upon whatever population you're in, is what service you're going to need. For your population size, it's generally going to be about $797. And inside of each of these, we describe everything that you're going to receive. We also have a video in here describing the onboarding process and how everything works with us. So hopefully this helped you. If any of you guys are watching and want my spreadsheet, my checklist, or even you yourself want that, just comment below and I'll get it over to you. Until next time, Be blessed.
It's about sending a message.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm stealing their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat. Was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents.